Hi guys, welcome to Learn Electronics Repair. And you can see I have Det left with me today. Det just popped in and we were working on the new channel project, the electronics channel, which we're going to talk about in a moment. But first, let's just look at this. So this is a vintage, so he says, this is a vintage IKEA angle please lamp. Okay, Det says he's had this since incandescent days.
It is, yeah. This is really old. This is with me nearly all my life. Yeah.
Oh, well, definitely vintage then. You're getting on a bit, so this is definitely getting on a bit, guys, yeah? So you can see that Det has decided that the days of incandescence are gone, and he's modified this to fit a PCB. So let's have a chat what he's done with this, and then I'll explain why he has a problem. We'll get this working, and then we can talk about the new channel and everything else that's happening soon. Okay, so what did you do with this anyway, Det?
Yeah, let me give you some history of the antique here. This came as a 12-volt lamp with a power brick, the things you can use in a self-defense class. If you hit someone with it, this is really hurtful.
So this what, like a 50 or 100 watt 12-volt lamp or something?
I think it was a 20 watts original.
Okay, so not many amps really. That's a big brick for less than 2 amps.
Horrible. I wanted to have this USB powered, so first thing I did, I converted it to a USB step-up converter in a cable thing. Had my 12-volt over there and used LED light bulbs.
Okay.
These are horrible. Don't use them. This don't work.
Okay.
And I thought, okay, what can I do better? So I designed a little PCB over here with some LEDs on the ear. Don't ask me the size of these. I can't remember these things.
I noticed a little bit of narcissism going on with this PCB, by the way. It says Det's desk lamp. Why not?
There was room for it.
Okay. You need to do something with that space to balance up having the resistors on.
Absolutely, and I couldn't do this on every corner. Okay,
so we have Det's desk lamp.
Yeah.
And is it working, Det?
It is working. Well, most of the times it's working. Because, I'm in the middle of moving here. And I had to fix this a bit there. And if you turn the socket around, you see my predicament.
The little problem. So Det at the moment, you guys know, he moved to Gran Canaria over 3 months ago. And he's now bought property here. So he's in the middle of moving house. But he needs this desk lamp working. So I'll show you what the little problem is. And we can't really blame Det too much for this because most of his equipment and tools are boxed up during the move,
4 weeks. 4 weeks.
4 weeks of mess now, before. Okay.
So I did what every good electrician would do. I used electrician tape.
Insulating tape.
Insulating tape, okay, Germans say Isolierband. It's the same as insulating.
Actually, often in the 70s and 80s, when I was just a lad, we called this insulting tape.
It is insulting.
Insulting tape. To go along with that masculine tape you can get as well. So having put the world right on that, you can see where the problem is with this. So this was kind of slid over here, and it's not really.
Yeah, that was the only thing I had laying around.
Yeah.
That's when I talked to Richard and asked him if I could steal some of the shrinking.
Heat shrink.
Heat shrink.
So Det said, Richard, have you got some heat shrink? I said, yeah, I have plenty. But when he told me, I have a better idea. I'll just mention, actually, I'll just educate Det now. When you do sort of things like this, especially on site, the trick is to cut one wire much shorter than the other, and the same here, so that the joints don't align. One's here and one's here. And then you don't need any insulation on.
You're right.
If you like emergency repairs, guys, the speaker wires and mains cables, cut them like so and so, and then
we can do this for the demo now.
We can do that for the demo now, actually. So let's do it. So little trick. It's quite a simple one, but we make this wire quite short, and we make the other one. The idea is equally short in the other direction. So when we come to solder this back together now, I realise I've made a complete pig's ear of it.
bit, yep.
Yeah, well, no. I've done it absolutely right, Luke.
Yeah.
So when we take this piece off here and this piece off here, the joints. It's in the middle of the week, guys. This happens. Yeah. The joints line up like so, and then it would.
You don't need insulation there.
No.
Yeah.
This is how we were getting by, back in the 70s with the mobile disco when people tripping over wires, and that's how we would fix them. Yeah. So we're going to put them on here, but we are going to put some insulation on, and of course, I said I had something better than the heat shrink sleeving. Okay, so what do I have? Some of you guys know because you've seen it before on here. We have these, the infamous Solderstick connectors. If you've not seen these before, then where have you been? But let me just show you. And these really are good. I wish we'd had these back in the 70s. I really do. So we have a whole variety of these connectors in different sizes. And these effectively are just for joining wires together. So what we have is, we have a hollow tube. In the middle is a piece of solder, a ring of solder, low melting point solder.
Okay.
Then we have these two coloured bands, and this is waterproof glue. So you just put this on. You don't need to prepare the wires. You heat it up like you would with heat shrink, but you don't have to solder the wires because this will solder them. And then this will shrink, and the glue will stick to the wires, and you get a waterproof joint.
So there's also some material
Yeah, I can show you closer. Look. So the clear plastic is heat shrink.
Yeah.
You see that? That is the solder.
That's the solder.
Low melting point. And then these coloured bands are adhesive.
Okay, and this will make a mechanical connection, so you can't simply pull the cables out.
Exactly. In fact, it's easier, guys, to show you than talk about.
All right.
Yeah? Let's go.
This is new for me. I never saw these things before. Let's try this.
Yeah, I mean, these are really useful. They're especially useful if you're working on site, automotive repair, marine repair, if you have a small boat or something.
Oh, yeah.
Or anywhere really outdoors, like I mentioned when we were doing the mobile discos. If something's gone wrong, we need to repair it quickly. The wiring, you don't need to carry solder and soldering iron, and yet it works just as well. So you'll see I've stripped back the wires. This one was already soldered, so I've left it. This one isn't, but it's the same. If you look at the connector, you'll see one hole has a larger aperture than the other one. Okay. You can actually use these to connect more than two wires together, so you can put like two in the wide end, one in the narrow end. And you know how fiddly it is to solder three wires together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, without three hands. So all we do is we just slip that in there. Let's make sure we have it the right way around.
Yeah, you need the black one.
Yeah, I made it longer, shorter. That's another good reason why I did that. Okay, so we put the black one in there.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Well, apart from just the hot air.
Okay, yeah. And you could use a
cigarette lighter?
Cigarette lighter.
Yeah, cigarette lighter.
Source of heat, yeah.
Even a match or a couple of matches,
Yeah.
Just a matter of heating it up. So we start to heat this, and first of all we go for the solder in the middle. A couple of seconds, and there it will melt. Yeah.
Oh, that was fast. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then we just go to the glue. One end, other end. A bit more heat at this end. There, see it's shrunk. It's soldered. Job done. Job done.
I couldn't do this faster, and this is probably waterproof that way?
Yeah, this is waterproof. Yeah. I'll just let it cool down a bit. It's waterproof, it's flexible, but you get a good connection. Let's go for the other one. So we'll put the soldered end in there. This end is unsoldered. So you really need the minimum of tools. Literally something to strip the wire with. Your teeth if you have to.
Yeah, in an emergency you can strip them with your teeth.
A cigarette lighter or matches, that's all you need. So again, melt the solder first, the metal ring. Oops, it goes quick. It melts at 100 or so degrees, it's a low melt solder.
Is there some flux in there? You know that?
There's something in the solder. I don't know if it actually has flux in, but it never has a problem making a good joint. It's tinned. In fact, it was running back towards the...
You see this there.
Yeah. But the glue has kept it in there. It won't go past that glue. And that's it.
Very good.
I'll give it 1 second to cool down. We'll see we have a
strong,
waterproof, flexible connection.
And I have some light on my desk.
And you have some light on your desk. Job done. Yeah, like you can see now, I'm pulling on that. It's not going to go anywhere.
I think I need this in my toolbox. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they're just a strong, flexible connection. This one's still very hot, actually. Let it cool down a little bit more. Shall we plug this into a charger?
Let's do this, yeah.
Okay, so we can test this, guys. Now let's plug this into a USB charger and let's see what it does. Okay, and you can see that is now working. We have light. Yeah, you can see it's quite bright, actually. They give it something to reflect against. So that's the lamp working for now, but Det has some ideas how we're going to improve this. This is just a temporary fix, yeah? So you're going to add a PCB to this, did you say that?
Yeah, I think I will add a USB-C plug in there, down there where we now have the connections here, because this way I can use a normal lead then. And since USB-C is the next big rage, so why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, but for now, this will work for my desk for now, and I'm really grateful that I have some light there.
Good, good. Yeah, in fact, I can see there's like a little bit of a recess here when this is standing flat. So there's enough space there for a little PCB.
Yeah, but I have to order these first. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, you're up and running for now, and that's a good, solid connection.
That's perfect for this, yeah. Thank you very much, mate.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So we've put that to rights, guys. Now then, the electronics channel.
Yeah.
I've learned one thing from Det at least, and that is to be lazy. So Det made a little presentation on his channel about this. Let's see what Det had to say about the electronics channel. As you guys will now see, Detlef has many skills, but one of them is not hand-drawn animation.
Left-handed, sorry guys.
Hey nerds.
All right,
No
Andy.
electronics today. Just a short announcement.
This is good.
As most of you know, I recently moved to the Canary Islands. And yeah, I can't draw a palm tree. The reason for the move was easy. Weather. I really, really hate German winters. And over here, it's always a balmy 20 degrees or more. Nice. When I was over here on vacation at the end of 2022, I met some really crazy folks over here. Let me tell you about them. You probably have heard of Richard from Learn Electronics Repair.
Oh dear.
And yeah, I butchered his name over there.
Sorry, mate.
Also is Carlos, our crazy Swede.
Who will be
born
here
in
soon.
Uruguay, I think. All three of us run YouTube channels. And of course, I'll link Richard and Carlos' channel in the description. So at a night out with the guys, we came up with the usual stuff. So, you know, world domination, making Gran Canaria to the new Silicon Valley of Europe.
Tits and ass.
There was this
Tits and
one
ass
idea
works too.
that really stuck. The world needs a new YouTube channel. Say hello to the Electronics Channel. This will
Special
be the
effects
channel where you see
everywhere.
all the cool stuff we don't show on our normal channels. Besides the normal nerdy stuff, there will be technical discussions, there will be product tests, and it will all be in a live format. So us three talking heads over there having fun while you people have to watch it. But since this is YouTube and YouTube is interactive, we hope that you guys play a great part in the video.
It's compulsory.
We will probably set a
Absolutely.
video for every episode, but we want to hear your input there. Ask us questions, talk to us. We all can do this in the YouTube chat. And no, this isn't a copy of Big Clive Saturday Nights or Adamant IT's Saturday afternoons, with the three of us all having different technical skill sets, but the same morbid humor. Expect the place where crazy talk has a new home. We're currently in the build phase, so Carlos built a really great rig for the overhead cameras. I hurt my thumb really bad while I was screwing together the desk chairs, and of course Richard is directing all the shenanigans. But we currently think that we'll be ready at the end of June, so stay tuned. I'll show you the new channel now. This is a new channel. Of course, there are no videos in here, but if you don't want to miss the upcoming episodes, you can subscribe there right now, and YouTube will send you an announcement when we go live. So I'm really, really looking forward to talk to all of you guys and meet you in this YouTube environment here together with my friends Richard and Carlos. So I hope I see you all over there. And as always, keep hacking.
So guys, you can see that absolutely no expense whatsoever was spared in the making of that animated film. This probably gives you a good idea of what the new electronics channel is going to be like. And you can see on the screen now the electronics channel, which has no content and no videos, but what it does have is 24 subscribers. And there's only 3 of me, Carlos and Det. So guys, if you're interested in the new channel, please come over, get subscribed, and you will get an automatic notification of when we start. But we will have another presentation on Lady Electronics Repair together with Carlos next time, before then anyway. It's looking like currently we think the first broadcast in June will actually be on the 2nd of July.
Yeah, this was, when we compared our schedules, this was the date that came up. So it's probably, this is the first Sunday in June.
July even?
July?
Yeah, 2nd of
July.
That's the one.
Yeah, crap.
It's called something else in German.
It's Juli.
Juli, oh.
Yeah, it's July. It's the same. It's just like Julie.
That's like my wife's name. Yeah, Julie.
Yeah.
Julie is July. We hope to see you soon then on the electronics channel. I will just mention that none of the channels we run individually, Learn Electronics Repair, Det Build Stuff, or Carlos Retro Upgrade, are going to change in any way. Those channels will continue as they are now. What the electronics channel will allow us to do is 2 things in particular. One is to talk about topics and subjects that are electronic related but don't particularly fit the content we put on our own channels. And the second one, to be honest guys, is to have a lot of fun. Yeah, so hope you're looking forward to it. We'll let you know close to the date when it's going to happen. We're thinking 2nd of July. So from now, for Det and myself, we'll see you all soon. Ciao for now.